Hi Bill, it's Nick Massandrea. Just wanted to send you a private video, if you will, to, bring out some of the points that I mentioned in my email. I mentioned in my email that typically around 10 a.m. markets generally tend to change direction, if you will. And just as a case in point, I wanted to show you something. This particular chart happens to be the FDAX, which is the German DAX, if you will, their index per se. One of the ones that I like to watch and trade. Because there is, nice upside profit potential with it, but also because it is European and European based, it's not as erratic as what we see in the United States, and I'll prove that out to you in a second. But as you mentioned in your email, the markets did go up right around 8:30 because the news came out, right? And the market looked like it was going to go up to the moon. I mean, look at this, it's amazing, right? But generally for me, when we have good economic news like that, particularly around 8:30 a.m., I generally tend to wait out and see what's going on. My rule of thumb is to generally trade around 10 a.m. if I'm going to be trading in the a.m. and not pre-market. Sometimes I do trade pre-market. But in a situation like this, look at what happened here. This is, again, the German exchange, the DAX, right at 10 a.m. And look what happened. Look where it went. Very, very nice move. If we were to take a look at, for example, the ES, which generally tends to trade in tandem with the German DAX. We could take a look at 10 a.m. over here. Right? Look at what happened at 10 a.m. Market went up. But again, if you notice something between, there is a difference between the U.S. exchanges and foreign exchanges. On our exchanges, look at the erratic behavior that you see over here with the ES contract. You didn't see that with DAX. DAX seemed to go straight up in a very orderly fashion. It didn't seem to have a lot of deviation. This was pretty much all over the place, if you will. It did go up, of course, but it wasn't necessarily a very smooth ride, if you will. And if we were to take a look at another instrument, and this one would be crude. Again, these are all Renko bars. As I said, I generally tend to use Renko bars. If we take a look at 10 a.m., again, right at 10 a.m., the market did go up, but it was very erratic. But then again, if you take a look at what happened at 10:30, it seemed to draw back at 10:30. Then at 10:30, between 10:30 and 11:30, it just went straight up, if you will. It didn't react in a very erratic fashion. In other words, it went up the way it should have went up originally. So that kind of gives you an idea, and one of the reasons as to why I generally tend to trade at 10 o'clock. I do hope this helps, and look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks.